supposed to feel warm, safe, reassuring. But sometimes, it watches from a distance. Sometimes it learns your habits, your schedule, the quiet moments when you think you're alone. Today's story begins with a simple Valentine's Day gesture. A comment online. A handwritten note. A stranger who believes affection is something you can claim, instead of earn. On 9 Lives of Fear, we explore the kind of horror that doesn't hide in the dark. It follows you home, scrolls through your photos, and waits patiently for you to notice it. So turn down the lights, check the locks, and remember, not every gift is given with love. Because once obsession chooses you, it never forgets. Welcome back to 9 Lives of Fear. I never thought a holiday could feel like a trap. It started the way every February does in this town, flowers spilling into shop windows, chocolate hearts stacked like tiny bricks, and every cafe humming with love songs on an endless loop. I was 23, finishing a semester of graphic design, and the world seemed content to swirl around me in pastel pinks and glossy reds. I didn't need anything extra, the universe had already wrapped me in its soft-spoken promises. The first sign that something was off came on a Tuesday, the day after I missed class because of a sudden snowstorm. Half awake, I scrolled through my social media account when a notification appeared, a new follower. His name was Noah Reed. I didn't recognize him. His profile picture showed a coffee cup with steam curling upward, and his bio read, "Just a boy who believes love is louder than words." Under one of my posts, a latte I'd photographed on the way to the library, he commented, "Sweet. You make caffeine look like art." I smiled, liked the comment, and moved on. The next day, a handwritten Valentine's card appeared in my mailbox. Pink cardstock. A heart-shaped cutout. Shaky teal ink. "I saw you today. Your smile could light up the entire hallway." N. I stood there longer than I should have. I hadn't noticed anyone new lately, yet the message felt strangely personal. My unease was mixed with something else, a quiet thrill at being noticed. At first, everything felt harmless. A chocolate bar left on my desk. A playlist titled Our First Song appearing on my phone with no explanation. I told myself it was coincidence, or maybe someone shy trying to connect. February has a way of encouraging those thoughts. The third note changed everything. The paper was thicker. The writing firmer. "I've been watching you, Lena. I know when you're alone. I'll always be there." No signature. The cafe noise below my apartment suddenly felt too loud. Something meant to feel romantic had crossed into something colder. After that, Noah's presence became impossible to ignore. He liked every post I shared, sometimes seconds after I uploaded it. His comments shifted from friendly to unsettling. "You look beautiful tonight, Lena. I wish I could see you smile in person." When I tried messaging him, he never responded. Instead, he watched. One night, while working late, my phone buzzed again. I had been tagged in a photo. When I opened it, my stomach tightened. It was me, photographed from behind, walking down my apartment hallway. I didn't remember anyone being there. The caption read, "Caught you in your element. #Valentine vibes." From then on, the feeling followed me everywhere. A man lingering too long at the coffee shop. Footsteps in my building that stopped when I turned around. Notes appearing where they shouldn't, inside library books, under my windshield wiper, taped to the wall outside my door. One message read, "It's just us now, Lena. Let me keep you safe." Blocking Noah only led to new accounts. Same profile picture. Same tone. Each one claiming to have found me again. I installed a small security camera in my apartment hallway. Every night at exactly 2:13 a.m., a shadow passed by the lens. Never clear. Never facing the camera. When I went to the police, they called it harassment. They told me to limit what I shared online. They didn't understand. This wasn't flirting. This was fixation. Valentine's Day arrived wrapped in cold wind and flickering neon lights. I stayed home. Ordered white lilies for myself. Tried to believe the day would pass quietly. At 5:17 p.m., the doorbell rang. A plain gray package sat outside my door. No return address. Inside was a small black box, heavier than expected, tied with a deep red ribbon. The label read, "For Lena Brooks, a gift of forever." My hands trembled as I opened it. Inside was a sealed glass container. Whatever rested within was obscured, distorted, suspended, impossible to fully make out. I couldn't tell what it was, only that it didn't belong in anyone's home. A faint vibration seemed to hum through the glass, or maybe that was just my pulse racing. A note lay on top. "A piece of my heart for yours. Keep it close. Love never truly dies." I dropped the box. It cracked open slightly, releasing a sharp, unfamiliar scent. I backed away, heart pounding, and called 911. The police arrived quickly. Detective Harris examined the package without expression. She didn't explain what was inside, only that it was evidence connected to an open investigation. Days later, I learned it was linked to a missing person case that had gone unsolved for months. That knowledge alone was enough to make my stomach turn. The accounts were traced. Noah Reed was not real. He was an alias used by Julian Cortez, a graduate student with access to restricted laboratory materials. When confronted, he spoke calmly, as if explaining something beautiful instead of horrifying. The trial ended with a guilty verdict. Justice, however, didn't erase the fear. I moved away. Changed my online identity. Started therapy with Dr. Monroe, who helped me understand that survival is not weakness. Eventually, I began sharing my story publicly, warning others about obsession disguised as affection. A mural now stands near the coffee shop where it all began, a broken heart repaired with winding vines. Valentine's Day still makes me uneasy. But I am here. And if you ever receive attention that feels too intense, too fast, or too personal, remember this. Real love never traps you. It never watches from the shadows. And it never demands a piece of you to prove it exists. Obsession doesn't always arrive as something frightening. Sometimes, it begins quietly. As attention that feels flattering. Messages that arrive too often. Or someone who seems to know more about you than they should. Protecting yourself in a world of obsession starts with recognizing the red flags. When boundaries are ignored, when someone watches instead of communicates, or when interest turns into control, those moments matter. Discomfort isn't rudeness, it's your intuition trying to keep you safe. If that feeling grows, taking action is essential. Document everything. Save messages. Take screenshots. Share what's happening with someone you trust. And when behavior escalates, involving authorities or campus safety isn't an overreaction, it's protection. Obsession feeds on silence, but it weakens when brought into the light. Surviving an experience like this doesn't mean the fear disappears overnight. Building resilience is a process, seeking support, allowing yourself time to heal, and surrounding yourself with people who respect your boundaries and your peace. Healing isn't about forgetting what happened, it's about reclaiming your sense of safety and control. Stories like this are unsettling because they reflect a truth: fear doesn't always hide in the dark. But awareness, community, and trust in your instincts can take its power away. If you ever feel watched, pressured, or unsafe, remember: real love never demands your fear, your silence, or your freedom. This has been 9 Lives of Fear, where the shadows linger, long after the story ends. Stay aware. Stay connected. And above all, stay safe. Hey, horror fans. If you enjoyed our chilling tale and want to keep the spine-tingling stories coming, don't forget to hit that like button. Your support keeps the darkness alive. Share this video with your friends, let's spread the fear together. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, so you never miss a hair-raising moment. Join our community of thrill seekers and prepare for more eerie adventures. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay scared.